We're going to begin with some sad news this morning as we are learning that legendary actor Gene Hackman has died. The 95-year-old and two-time Oscar winner found dead in a Santa Fe home along with his wife and the family dog. Entertainment reporter Morgan Hoffman joins us first thing this morning with more on this developing story. Morgan, good morning to you. And what else do we know about this? This is a real shock.
This is a big shock. I woke up to the news just like everybody else. So local authorities are saying that no foul play is suspected at this time, but that this is an ongoing investigation. So they will be looking into this. Like you said, Gene Hackman, at the age of 95, has passed. His wife of more than 30 years, Betsy Arakawa, was also found dead, and their dog. So speculation online is circulating potentially this was a carbon monoxide poisoning situation. But once again, this is an ongoing investigation, so we don't know fully what happened. But wow, Gene Hackman, I mean, this is an actor who could play the villain, could play the hero, as you said. He won 2 Oscars for The French Connection and Unforgiven. He was nominated 5 times. This is an actor who really, Hollywood didn't take notice until his mid-30s when he starred in Bonnie and Clyde, and that's when he received his first Oscar nomination. His career spanned decades. I always loved this quote he gave in an interview in 2011 when he talked about how he would like to be remembered. He said this: "I'd like to be remembered as a decent actor, as someone who tried to portray what was given to them in an honest fashion. I don't know beyond that." Francis Ford Coppola also reacting to the news of his death. He, of course, directed The Conversation that he starred in. This is an Oscar-nominated film. Francis Ford Coppola said this: "Gene Hackman, a great actor, inspiring and magnificent in his work and complexity. I mourn his loss and celebrate his existence and contribution." I just watched him in Runaway Jury. That film just hit Netflix recently. That came out in 2003. I did not know that a year later is essentially when he retired from acting.
Yeah, stepped aside. He said it was too stressful, right?
Yeah, and he said he felt like he was kind of leaving on a high. He felt really good about the work that he'd completed. So he was relatively living, a quiet life with his wife in Santa Fe, New Mexico. And then, of course, we're hearing this news today.
Yeah. What a body of work he leaves behind, though. You mentioned a few of those films. I'm thinking about Mississippi Burning as well. The original Lex Luthor in Superman.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hoosiers, too.
Yes.
And the tributes are really pouring in this morning, and a lot of them are saying kind of the same thing. Finest screen actor ever, a lot of people are saying.
That's it. Like, you can't pigeonhole him in one character. Like, he really could act in any role that he was given. And so to hear that the way he wanted to be remembered was just as a decent actor. I love that so much.
Yeah, understated for sure. I mean, my goodness, amazing actor. Also, Hollywood also mourning the loss of another actor.
Yeah, so this was a big shock for a lot of people. Michelle Trachtenberg, she has passed at the age of 39. Very young. She was found unresponsive by her mother yesterday in her New York apartment. This is also an ongoing investigation. Once again, authorities in this situation are saying that they do not believe foul play is suspected. Here's what we do know. Sources are saying, and I need to make this very clear, this is not confirmed, but sources have said that she recently underwent a liver transplant and that potentially there were complications surrounding that. We don't know if that's true. That's what we're hearing. What we do know is that her followers on social media raised some concern over the past couple of months just about her appearance. Once again, we didn't know what was going on. But for people who maybe are not familiar with Michelle Trachtenberg, like, this is an actress who I grew up with. We first saw her on the big screen starring opposite Rosie O'Donnell in Harriet the Spy. This was like the biggest movie for me growing up. Like, I wanted to be a spy. I carried around a journal. This came out in 1996. She then went on to appear as Dawn Summers in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, like one of the biggest shows at the time. There's a picture right there of Brady Corbet. You'll recognize him. He's at the far right. He came into our studio last year. He's the director behind the big Oscar-nominated film, The Brutalist. They starred in a movie together called Mysterious Skin. She's actually standing next to Shawn Ashmore, who we know, a Canadian actor. They dated for 2 years. And Hollywood is also sending their condolences. Rosie O'Donnell said, "I loved her very much. She struggled the last few years. I wish I could have helped." They starred in Harriet the Spy together. Blake Lively, who, of course, Michelle starred in Gossip Girl. She was a fan favorite, Georgina Sparks. Blake Lively is saying this: "She was electricity. You knew when she entered a room because the vibration changed. Everything she did 200%. And Kim Cattrall said, "This is heartbreaking. So talented, much too young. Rest in peace, sweet Michelle. And these two worked together in Ice Princess. I know my producers, one of them went home and watched Ice Princess last night. It's just so young. This is someone who I grew up watching, and when you think of someone passing at the age of 39, it's very sad indeed.
Sad, without a doubt, yes. Some big and sad losses in Hollywood over the last 24 hours. Morgan, appreciate this.
No
Thanks so
problem.
much.